Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow again. It is a fabulous Friday as I record here in the studio, and I am recently back from the Renegade free burn, or Burning Man, the unofficial burn, if you will. And it was really first time I've been in many, many years, and always so cool to experience. And of course, this was very unique because there, it wasn't sanctioned, and people just kind of got together and did it anyway. And I don't know, I'd guess there may be 25,000 people or so there, and it just always, it's a little different in the fact that there wasn't like these incredibly elaborate art structures and giant sound camps and whatever, but more all the interpersonal connections and relationships and just connecting with amazing souls, all that was intact. And so definitely feeling inspired after being there. And also, one of the things that's interesting about the burn is it is very, very magical. And anyone who's been will tell you this was actually my 9th time. Will tell you that it's also equally there's challenges. It's gonna definitely bring up growth. Kind of like being here at the Mystic Manor does. I mean, it's so incredible, and it's sort of like a hotbed for expansion and growth, and that's not always easy, and that's definitely the case at the burn. And so, that's the things that I want to talk a little bit about today is some of the tidbits of wisdom I picked up. One in particular I picked up from a dear friend that I actually camped with, and then some things that have just been bubbling up in general about how to deal with challenges. And so, the first thing that I picked up out there that was like one of those aha moment takeaways from my good friend Shane. We were talking about time and being in the moment, being present, and how, when we, and you guys have heard me say this before, when you say, I can't wait to do this in a year or whatever, you're doing that at the expense of the present moment. You're dishonoring the present moment. So whenever you say, I can't wait till tomorrow, well, what does that say about today? It's literally, saying, you're not as important, you're, and diminished, and therefore, I'm projecting all of my energy forward. Well, what happens if we do that? We've shrunk the now, we've made it less than, and as a result, we are actually, if you think of it as I talk about all the time, we're masters of time and space. We're bending time and space with our perspectives. And something that Shane said that really hit me out there, he's like, look, when we're really present and we're really appreciating what is, which is where all of our power lies, right, in the now moment. And the truth of the matter is this now moment is as divine as any other moment ever has been, could be, or will be. But when we bring our awareness to that truth, we actually are, in a sense, being time travelers. We're expanding time. You're bringing all this room and awareness to the now moment. So if you want to get more out of your life, you want to time travel, you want to create more time, start by fully appreciating and being present in the now moment that you currently find yourself in. And this habit that we all have of projecting into the future. Oh, I can't wait until, the work week's over. I can't wait until I'm on vacation next week. I can't wait until this. I can't wait until that. And we're constantly doing so at the expense of the now, in which case we change our relationship to the now and therefore diminish the now. Whereas if we're think about when you've been fully present and aware and alive in any now moment, and you've consciously brought your awareness to the divinity of, the now moment. You feel all this. You feel so alive and so powerful, and time is truly stopping in a sense. Then you're entering a timeless state in a way. So it's such a great way to actually start bending time by being present and being aware to this thing that we are so trained to do, to give away our power, to give away the only power that exists resides in the now, by focusing and projecting into the future. Or, the other way we do it is by pining for the past and this nostalgic pining for what once was, and that whole thing at the expense of the now moment. So just wanted to share that. It was such a moment of like, wow, we're actually changing the way we experience time by the way we bring our awareness to it. And if you want to expand time, be fully present in the now, and it creates more of an experience of, time and life itself, right? At its core. And as I said, one of the things out there is, it can be a very harsh environment, very dusty, very dry, very hot, very, it just brings up a lot for a lot of people in the desert for a week with nothing there but what you brought with you. And especially this year, because there was no infrastructure put up by the Burning Man organization. So literally, if there's not porta potties everywhere, for example. So you better have somewhere to go to the bathroom. And so when we're faced with challenges, which, that environment is so ripe for doing. I love, thinking about challenges. These are these things we either rise to and rise to the occasion and become more, or we falter and we lose in a sense, we fail. And here's the thing is we're all going to experience failure. Our success comes from stretching to the challenges of life, John Maxwell said, and failure comes when we shrink from them. So, when we find ourselves, failing, just what if you reframe it like this? It's simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. That's how Henry Ford looked at it. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. And I thought of a challenge that I've had with someone in my life recently. And it's someone who, just sort of irrational. There's definitely some, from my perspective of them, there's some maybe some psychosis, or not fully seeing how they impact others. And not, it's like lost on them that their bad behavior impacts others around them negatively. And so, I had a moment right before, actually this challenge happened before the burn, where I sort of snapped on this person and got really upset. Like, look, you've done this very inconsiderate thing many times in a row. You take no ownership of it. You could care less. And I sort of got really snappy with them in a way that I'm not really particularly proud of. I was, pretty agitated. And then, as I sat back, it's like, yes, was everything I said correct? Yes. Do I want to allow myself to be that agitated? No, I don't. And so in a sense, you lose when you, this idea that arguing with a fool is like mud wrestling with a pig. You get dirty, the pig just enjoys the mud, right? And so I definitely, this idea of arguing with a fool, never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. So what are you doing if you are stooping to the level of someone doing something that's way out of line, and you're acting or reacting in a way that has you looking like a, agitated fool yourself? You're not winning, right? So that being said, we have all been there. And if you look at it as like, okay, I sort of slipped. Now this is nothing more than an opportunity to deal with it more intelligently the next time. So I had that experience right before the burn. And then coming back, I interacted with this person again where they just fully, came at me very aggressively, very, negatively. They're, just, so from one perspective, like so out of bounds and unfair and incorrect in their perspective. And it's like, okay, well, instead of this time arguing with a fool, and onlookers may not be able to tell the difference, I just didn't take the bait, didn't react. Yep, okay, it's like, you guys have probably seen that meme. It's like two people talking, like the sage and the student, and he asks the sage, what is the secret to eternal happiness? And the sage is like, to not argue with fools. And then the person's like, I disagree. And then the sage is like, yes, you are right. It's like, do you want to be happy or do you want to be at peace? And so, it's great to be able to reframe something like this interaction I've had with this person I'm referencing, where they're really just, there's some definite challenges in their life that reflect their own sort of narcissistic in consideration for how they impact any and everyone around them. And so, of course, when they come at me with that sort of slant and seeing through that lens, of course, it's not going to make any sense, right? So now, how am I taking this gift and allowing it to shape the way I behave, right? And so that's really, it's so great when you can reframe something and say, as we always say on the show, why is this happening for me? In this case, that's been a big one for me. Like, oh my gosh, how can you possibly take this stance and behave in the way that you are? Don't you know how right I am and how wrong you are? What if it's not about you being right? It's not about proving them wrong. It's about how gracefully you walk through the fire of something, and it doesn't mean, hey, subject yourself to abuse or anything like that, but not allowing yourself to become the fool in the process, being sucked into it and taken to a level, wrestling with a pig, right? You can't win that. They like getting dirty, right? They enjoy the mud. You're not coming down to that level. How do I navigate through this as gracefully as possible? I don't need to prove my rightness, I just need to navigate my way out of interacting with this person as quickly, as gracefully, and with compassion, by the way, because in the case of this person, there's, like I said, there's the inconsideration for those around them and the way it impacts them is like, it's profound, and their lack of awareness to it. And it's like, oh, I think, there's some psychosis going on here. There's some real, and at their core, I love them and they're good deep down. So what if I focus on that instead of needing to be right and pointing the finger and making them wrong? And just how do I gracefully navigate my way out of it without becoming the fool in the process? So yeah, those are a couple of my recent revelations and takeaways, and I hope they correlate to something in your life. And obviously, we are beautiful reflections of one another if you're tuning into this broadcast. So I'm sure it resonates in some way, shape, or form, or something very similar will come up soon. And just remember, stay out of the mud. Stay out of the mud. You don't need to be right. You need to find the clearest path to showing that you have self-respect and allowing others, if they're not in alignment with you, let them go their own way and figure it out. They will get the medicine that they need. You don't need to tell them how it is, and along the way, being present, right? Become the time traveler by fully being present and not disrespecting the now moment, because when you're doing that, you're disrespecting all that really is. And how can that really lead to the best possible results, right? Doesn't really make sense that it could. With that being said, I do have a song to leave you guys with. This is great artist, Saint Sinner. The song is called Skate. May you continue to skate through your life gracefully. Until next time, journey well. Love you so much. Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
to keep it a little bit dangerous. Won't be too good for love. I'm serious. I like to keep it a little less serious. Am I too good for love? Oh, baby, breathe now. Roll down the window. No conversation. No conversation. Oh, feel the breeze now. Roll down the window. Don't complicate it. Complicate it. No, I won't save you, but I'll show you how. Get yourself off the ground. Not gonna let you down. Yeah, we could skate all day and all night long. Oh, we're flying now. Not gonna let you down. Hey, yeah, calm down now. No, I won't save you, but I'll show you how. Get yourself off the ground. I'm not gonna let you down. Yeah, we could skate all day and all night long. Oh, we're flying now. I'm not gonna let you down. Oh, baby, breathe now. Roll down the window. No conversation. No conversation. Oh, feel the breeze now. Roll down the window. Don't complicate it. Complicate it. Hey, yeah. Come